Today's Tuesday, you know what that means.
Yes, good evening po sa inyong lahat at welcome na naman sa isang edisyon ng Today is Tuesday. Yes, Jing Garcia po ng Today is Tuesday. Of course, the Manila Times and TechSabado kung saan po hindi naman ako nakamute, no? May naghilo ako narinig. Anyway, so ayan po, no? Every Tuesday po tayo dito sa tuwing Martes dahil nga Martes ngayon ay Today is Tuesday. We'll wait for we'll wait for Tito Tribs. Nasa abroad po, tingnan natin kung makakapasok siya tonight. And baka mamaya-maya maisingit natin dito sa programa natin. Sana nga makapasok siya para ang ganda nung ang ganda ng streaming natin kung nasa Thailand siya ngayon, doon siya streaming from Thailand. Kasi alam niyo naman last week no sa TechSabado last Saturday, it was an international show. Yung isa naming guest nasa Sydney, si Magu and Marla was in California, in the US. So tapos lahat kami naman dito sa hindi ba inter-island pero dito kami sa isa nasa Pasig, isa nasa San Pablo, isa nasa Tagaytay. Pero right now nasa Makati po tayo for tonight's show. And of course, dahil mag-isa lang ako ngayon, may hahatakin akong gustong kasama eh. At least for the first 20 minutes no, bago natin ipasok yung guest natin for tonight. And interesting po itong interesting po itong talk namin later sa aming guest na who will talk about para po sa mga naghahanap ng employment dito sa Pilipinas for BPO, bagong BPO po to. And very very interesting yung kanilang BPO. And so hopefully ma-explain niya natin ng guest at maengganyo yung ating mga nakikinig at saka viewers to to at least kung naghahanap po kayo ng employment baka ito na po yung inaabangan ninyo. Okay, who will join me tonight? Ira, nandiyan ka ba?
Yes,
Are you
I'm
joining me
here.
tonight?
I'm here. So, good evening sa inyo lahat, sa mga viewers ng Today and Tuesday and TechSabado. So, nakikita ko dami nating fans na nanonood ngayon.
Nandiyan ba yung mga fans natin?
usual suspects.
The usual suspects ba? Nandiyan na.
Yeah,
Pati mo muna habang try ko i-share ang ating
Alright, sige.
show
Bati
na
natin
lang
si,
ngayon, hindi ko pa.
si Beck
Hanggang ngayon, hindi
Jeff
ko pa
Buckley, present from Alcobar, KSA. So,
Kingdom of Saudi Arabia.
Yes, dito rin si Alvin Pingol. So, today's Tuesday. Good evening, Sir Jing and Tito Tribs. Mabuhay. Si Renato Tranquilino. Hola guys, sabi niya. Then si Seven Hosting. Pagkain ulit mga restaurants. Yung topic daw. Ay, si Tito Tribs wala So, hindi natin mapag-uusapan yung mga pagkain. No? Kasi last week, di ba, pinag-usapan niya yung mga packaging ng restaurant.
Oo, pero ang gusto nila pag-usapan pagkain.
Pagkain naman. Aba, hindi pa ako makain, nagugutom tuloy ako lalo.
Ano ba yung order mo?
Beef brisket. Kasi meron tong restaurant on Discover, parang Hong Kong style restaurant siya. It's called Eat Fresh. So napaka-authentic nung niya. Ng Asian foods. So masarap. It's one of my go-to comfort foods talaga, Chinese food.
Talaga.
Yeah.
Ganun ba? Ayun. Saan yan? Saan yung beef brisket na ulit?
So may siya San Juan.
Layo naman.
So available siya sa GrabFood naman. So okay lang.
Kaya naman pala tagal order mo Inabiyahe mo pa
Yeah. And si Michael Lan, sabi niya, kamusta Tito Jing and Kuya Bosses? Bosses ng Konsensya. What's up guys?
So,
Ayun,
yeah.
So, check ko lang YouTube natin kung may tao. Yeah. So, maraming salamat sa ating 100 viewers sa Facebook and YouTube. 10,000 viewers and mga fans ni Tito Jing.
And Tito Tribs. Sana nga makapasok si Tito Tribs doon. Gusto kong balitaan sa kanya kung ba't siya nasa Thailand ngayon
Kasi may event ba or product launch?
Meron yata siyang event kasi inunahan niya ako dahil next week iiwan ko naman siya.
Ikaw lakad
Iwanan na lang Iwanan na lang So,
hindi naman iwanan. Remote.
Walang i-remote Tama
always connected naman with the age of internet.
Oo. Teka.
Sige.
Okay. Ba't hindi ko ma-share yung ano, no?
Which one?
Yung,
Share natin. Cross-post ko
share mo
sa
nga.
page yung Today's
Yes,
Tuesday.
oo, yes. So, cross-post mo nga.
Cross-post. Okay.
Kasi, ano, no, yung,
Which one?
ayan, no, nalilipit tuloy yung ano natin, eh. Nag-i-echo.
Yan.
Nag-i-echo siya, eh. So, ayan. So, kasama po natin si Ira James, ang aming boses ng aming konsensya dito sa Today's Tuesday and TechSabado. And good evening, Ira, again, sa'yo.
Good evening rin, Tito Jing.
Ano yung naalala mong pinag-usapan namin packaging ng pagkain last Saturday?
Yung pinupuri mo yung McDonald's last time. Well, totoo naman maganda ng McDonald's packaging. Lalo na yung bagong nila, takip ng baso. Strawless na talaga, literally. So,
Oo, kailangan talaga make sure nilang hindi tatapon kasi just imagine kung kape yung iniinom mo tas strawless, 'di ba? Pag angat mo ng bote tuloy ng baso, tatapon sa yung yung straw. So ayan ang mangyayari. So sabi ko nga di ba yung mga kape ng McDonald's, natatawa nga ibang tao. Caution, coffee is hot. Siyempre, mainit talagang kape ng
ikaw ba yung klase ng tao na kahit mainit yung panahon, nagkakape ka pa rin na mainit?
Actually, hindi ako mahilig sa mainit na kape.
Oh?
Iced coffee lang ako. And I don't like hot
iced
coffee. I don't like hot coffee.
Yung aso nagwawala.
Nagwala bigla yung aso no? Kaya nagulat din ako dahil meron pa ng aso sa tabi ko. Anyway, pasensya na po dahil maingay po talaga yung maliit na aso na yan. Kaya may dumating eh. So,
yeah. Taga ano yung dog na yan? Si ano ba yan? Si
Len.
Si Len.
Yung poodle. Naku, kakatok. Linock out siya. Kaso ang problema dyan, kakatok siya. Kasi ayaw niyang FOMO yun eh.
Tsaka territorial din.
FOMO yan sa akin. Sobrang territorial yan. May mumu. Sinong mumu? Sabi ni Renato. Good evening, Shilarado. Good evening, hello, Jing. Ron Francisco, good evening po. Oy, Ron, ang tagal mo nawala. Parang ngayon lang kita nakita ulit dito sa sa Today's Tuesday. Yan, si Ron. Kamusta na lang kay wifey, Ron? Na-miss ko na tuloy yung binagoongan nyo. Wala na kasi chillax radio kaya hindi na kami makakain ng binagoongan. So,
talaga, looking forward sa Radyo 5 ng araw after TechSabado. Chillax Radio.
Chillax Radio naman right after TechSabado yun eh. So,
sabi mo, si Lord na ang bahala sa inyo.
Si Lord na ang bahala.
Bahala na sa inyo si Lord.
Si Lord na po ang bahala sa inyo. Oy, gusto ko may tanong ako sa iyo kasi since ano nangyari sa medyo technical to sa mga nakikinig sa atin pag-usapan ko lang to dahil nabasa ko lang to sabi ko nga nung nakita ko yung post ni Ed Heronia about this, sabi ko big news ito kasi may pakilahat ng nasa tao sa internet. At the same time wala rin lahat ng tao sa internet about this news. Bakit umalis ng Nvidia partnership ang EVGA?
EVGA. Actually, it was released na private meeting with tech media na trusted nila si Gamers Nexus and some other tech media. Yung CEO, nagreklamo siya about how hard it is to work with Nvidia.
Bakit?
Kasi di ba pag manufacturer ka ng graphics card ni Nvidia, for example, Asus, MSI, Palit, mga ganong brands, Galax, you expect to know the price of the product beforehand bago may manufacture, bago ka mag-place ng orders. Si Nvidia daw hindi ganun. Hindi mo raw malalaman yung pricing ng graphics card
until paglabas?
Until nasa stage yung CEO announcing it. And that's one of the issues na. Then sabi ni EVGA, parang feeling nila may level of disrespect sa kanila.
Manufacturer.
As a manufacturer. Tsaka ina-undercut daw sila kasi si Nvidia nagbebenta din sila ng sarili ng graphics card eh. They call it the Founders Edition.
Di ba ganun din naman AMD, may sariling brand din sila?
May sariling brand din sila. Pero mas grabe daw kay Nvidia kasi ma-undercut nila yung partners nila na AIBs kung tawagin. AIBs is yung mga brand like EVGA.
Mm.
So, that's one of the issues na pinapoint out nung CEO. Kasi, ang liit na raw ng margin when you are selling NVIDIA graphics card. And kinumpare niya dun sa profit nila when selling power supplies. Ang profit nila sa power supplies, yung margin nila is up to 300%.
Wow.
So, when they're selling graphics card daw, sobrang liit.
Mm.
So, parang hindi rin profitable in the long term. So, ngayon, si EVGA, tinanong sila nung tech media abroad kung if they're considering carrying AMD or Intel graphics cards. They said no. They're gonna drop out of the graphics card
Graphics
business.
all everything wala
Everything
na sa
wala
graphics.
na. Oo.
Sa totoo lang, hindi sikat ng EVGA sa Pilipinas masyado, only for the for the hardcore gamers.
Sa
Pero
US sikat
sa
siya.
US malakas talaga sila, no. We're talking about dito, graphics card. Medyo interesting kasi sa akin kasi nga medyo yung ang tawag dito, hot topic kasi ang video cards when it comes to to PC hardware. Usually naman alam naman natin lahat na naka-laptop, pero when it comes to gaming kasi, ito pa rin yung mga hinahabol ng mga system builders, no, yung mga graphics cards, and one of the top brands when it comes to graphics, yung EVGA, at least in the US. Sa Philippines kasi hindi sila masyadong sikat. Parang puro low end lang nakikita ko yata sa Philippines kasi mahal.
Ang top 3 brands dito sa Philippines sa graphics card Asus, MSI, Gigabyte. Then everyone else is like mid brand na lang, Galax, Palette, the other So even yung mga China brands pumapasok na like may brand ngang colorful ang pangalan.
Nakita ko yung colorful
Meron na.
So, very interesting kasi to kasi napakamahal po ng video card ngayon.
Yeah, definitely, totally.
Mas mahal pa yata sa buong mas mahal pa sa buong PC.
Pambili mo na ng iPhone ang isang graphics card.
Di ba? Di ba mas mahal pa sa never nung time nagbubuo ako ng PC, never umabot yung time na mas mahal pa yung isang hardware peripheral na mas mahal pa sa buong system. Hindi katulad ngayon, naggrabe, almost minsan twice the price of the system kasi mas mura yung motherboard ngayon, mamura na. Pero mahal na rin ngayon, 'di ba? Tumaas na naman ang motherboard kasi nagiging problema kasi yung hindi na katulad dati na in demand the motherboard. Ngayon, parang na lang, niche market na lang siya. Same with yung system building kasi niche market na lang siya, no? Hindi na siya katulad ng araw na yan yung yung nag-build ng cottage industry sa Gilmore. 'Di ba?
Yeah.
Nagkaroon ng cottage industry sa Gilmore because of PC hardware. Pero ngayon, everyone's into mobile devices and of course laptops. Ng number 1 dyan. Second yung phone when it comes to having a personal computer. Ngayon, wala na. Kaya tumataas na naman yung presyo ng mga peripherals. Pero ang pinakamahal ngayon sa mga peripherals, dati dati ang pinakamahal is RAM.
RAM ang mahal, yeah.
Oo, nung araw. Ngayon, ang pinakamahal ngayon is video card. Diba?
Pero I think nagkaroon talaga ng revival sa DIY PC because of esports. So,
yun nga. Pero niche market yun.
Saka mga bagong may mga bagong jobs na i-create na online. For example, ang daming influencers, kailangan nila ng computer. Daming game streamers sa Facebook. So, yun yung
may bagong market na naman.
May bagong market na naman talaga. So, with the GPU prices talaga, nagtaas siya. One mainly is because of nung simula tumaas yung prices ng graphics card dahil sa cryptocurrency mining. Kasi ino-hoard ng mga miners yung mga graphics card and they use the computational power to mine Bitcoin or Ethereum.
Pero di ba sabi, isang article sabi, tapos na daw yung panahon na yan.
Ngayon tapos na. Pero nung isang factor din nagpataas ng prices ng graphics card is COVID. Because
kasi nga daming
bumaba yung supply
Oo.
Pero ngayon patapos na yung COVID, may bagong challenge. Overstock.
Overstock naman.
Kasi ito, napaka-interesting ito. Nvidia is gonna have an event tonight at 10 p.m. Ini-expect ng mga tao na mag-a-announce si Nvidia ng bagong graphics card. That's why in time din yung yung divorce ni EVGA.
Tsaka ni Nvidia. nasa anong numero na ng graphics card ngayon? Nasa na ba tayo? We're talking about what? GeForce ano
yung
na ba tayo?
i-announce ngayon is GeForce RTX 40 series.
40.
4090 ganyan. So yung overstock problem na sinasabi ko is that ngayon walang gustong bumili ng mga natitirang stock ng RTX 30 series.
Kasi
So yung
may bago.
mga dealer, mga brands na problema paano nila i-flash out. Kasi yung stock na yan nakuha nung kataasan ng price ng mga graphics card. Ngayon, pinipilit na bumaba.
Oo. So, lugi sila.
So, lugi lahat.
Sabi ni Via Feliciano, mahal ang GPU hanggang ngayon, hinuhulugan pa daw niya. Imagine
Wala na ibababa yan.
Video card naka-installment, labo no. Ngayon lang yan.
Ngayon lang yan, Tsaka yung pricing ngayon ng video cards, it's as is na. Yun yung talagang pinakamababa niya for
okay, anong level right now, anong numbers tayo we're talking about? RT ano tayo? GeForce
RTX 30 series.
30 series.
Yung i-announce tonight na expected, yung ni-speculate ng announce, RTX 40 na.
So, anong price range tayo ngayon ng video cards?
Di ko alam eh. Hard to say eh.
Anong entry level price?
Entry level price, so GTX 16 kasi iba yung entry level ni Nvidia. So GTX 16 would start at around 12,000, 10,000. So 1650 yan. And yung talagang entry level. Naalala ko nga dati yung
wala ba yung araw yung mga tagto 2,000 dati na entry level? Wala na ba yun? 2,000?
Meron pa rin. Pero hindi na siya usable for this generation. Pero may bumibili pa rin kasi syempre mga legacy systems kailangan yun. Pang video output lang naman eh. Pang display output lang. Yun yung use case nun.
Naalala ko naghahanap pa ako ng memory chip para ipangdagdag sa 2 MB ko na S3 na video card, tapos lalagyan ko ng another 2 MB para 4 MB na yun.
Bago na rin ang RAM ngayon. Alam mo kung anong pinupush ngayon? DDR5.
Di ba matagal na yung DDR5? Gamit na PS yun?
DDR3 yata yung last sa PC natin. Tapos nag-DDR4 na ngayon. Tapos yung DDR4 mainstream ngayon. So we're moving forward to DDR5. And napakamahal ng DDR5 memory. Isa na yun sa mga mahal ngayon. Kaya ang ginawa ni Intel, backwards compatible yung bago nilang processor, yung 12 Gen. Backwards compatible sa DDR4 or DDR5. Depende sa motherboard. Pero si AMD, puro DDR5 na ang bago niya.
Okay.
So, ibig sabihin niya, yung mga gusto mag-upgrade, bibili silang bagong CPU, bagong RAM, bagong motherboard. So,
wow,
laking disadvantage.
Pero magkano high-end ng RTX 30 series?
Let me check. RTX 3090. Yung pricing niya ngayon nasa 80,000.
80,000 for a video card.
MSI RTX 3090, 80,000.
Yun yung entry level. So
pinaka-high-end.
Yun ang pinaka-high-end. So baka yun yung So Tintin, yan yung binili ni Via.
Pero yung entry level is 10,000.
80,000 pesos na video card kay hulugan.
Binili ata ni Via is 3060. So mid-range yun, nasa 25 to 30k yata yun.
Huwag insultuin si Via, mid-range. High-end yan.
High-end ba?
80,000 pesos.
Kaya pala hindi natutuwa si Tin.
Sabi ni Jerry Conto, ang mahal ng entry level. Natawa lang si Via. Ikinig kasi
Ganun ang PC kami. Kasi bleeding edge eh. Yung mga, it's like, compare mo siya sa GTX 10 series nung nagsimula ako mag-tech review. Parang it's up to 500% more powerful.
Ganun.
Talagang ganun kataas yung performance leap. Dati kasi incremental lang eh. Parang konti lang, tas next generation taas ng konti. Ngayon talagang ang taas ng leap. Yung RTX 20 series, yung high-end nila, kapantay lang nun is yung mid-range ng 30 series.
Nakakatulong ba sa mental health ng mahal na GPU?
Hindi. Pero may bumibili talaga eh. May mga talaga looking sa high-end na laptop.
Sino yung mga yan? Kailangan magpa-doktor yung mga yan. Kung ano, insured ba yung mga yan? Dapat magpa-doktor sila pag ano, bumibili ng mamahaling GPU. Alam mo,
Oh,
hindi ko rin ma-imagine, 80,000, kunyari yun ang high-end na ano. Baka build, so kung 80,000 plus yung build mo ng PC, so abot ka rin ng 100,000, no?
100, 200,000 ganun.
Mm.
Kahit laptop nga eh. Nagulat ako sa MSI.
Mm-mm.
We just released the GT Titan. So desktop replacement siya na latest generation. So bleeding edge laptop, ang price niya is 325,000. And there were only 5
300.
units in the Philippines. Lahat yun
Oo.
na sold out. So may
Grabe,
bumibili
no?
talaga.
Samantalang 10 years ago, kanino ba yung Lamborghini dati? Lamborghini na ano na laptop kay Asus o
Kay
kay ano?
Asus. Kay Asus yan, Asus.
Remember,
Lamborghini.
may dinala ako sa bahay doon. Nasa ano na rin yun, nasa 200,000 na rin yung mga time na yun.
Core 2 Duo pa yan.
Oo,
Core
yun
2
na nga yung
Duo.
ibig ko
Core 2
sabihin eh.
Duo.
Ngayon, PR na yata yun, okay, does not compute. Inaano nila, review nila yung mga laptop nung ano, no? Nung back in the mid 2000s. Kay LGR ko yata nakita yun. Or,
Kay
tapos
this
yung
does not
Ferrari,
compute.
kay ano naman, yung Ferrari kay Acer, di ba?
Acer, Ferrari, yeah.
So, yung mga time na yun, yung mga Core 2 Duo, nasa ano na rin yun, 200, 300,000 na rin yun nung araw. Just imagine
Yeah,
that, di
got it.
ba?
If you really want the
Oo.
bleeding edge, that time, mag-shell
Oo,
out ka
that time.
talaga.
Tapos ano lang ba yung ano lang yung video card nun? Yung time na yun, ano yata yun eh. Ano ba yung mga early 2000 na Nvidia or ATI pa. Mga ATI na
Oo.
luma, no, na tinatalo ng mga entry level ngayon ng mga ano ba
Oh,
yung sabi mo? Anong
ATI
1600?
HD 3200.
O, di ba?
2 gigabytes DDR2
Oo,
na
di ba?
memory.
Mga ganun. Ano nga, nakita ko nga, si LGR nga yata may
Ah,
pinakita yata ano si LGR tsaka hindi ko alam kung meron din pinakita si this does not compute meron din siyang ni-review ng mga old laptops nung 2000.
yeah.
Okay. Sana makatulong yan sa mga mental health ng mga tao. Dahil ako, hindi ko ma-imagine na bumili ng 80,000 worth na
Ako if bibili ako ng mamahaling computer, iniisip ko magiging investment siya. Dapat it has to generate money for me.
oo. Hindi
Gagamitin mo
lang
sa
yun.
work or sa ano, 'di ba?
At least man mag-last yung technology for 2-3 years. Ang problema, the next year, iba na ulit yung GPU
Oo.
technology.
Actually, yun hindi ko nagigets yung mga taong nag-upgrade every new release. Kasi
Oo.
computer hardware nowadays, they can last for you for 4 to 5 years.
Unless may leap forward talaga.
Totoo
Diba?
yan.
May leap forward talaga yung technology na talagang parang parang yung from single thread to multi-threading, leap forward yun, di ba?
Yeah,
Kahit yung
or
mga ganun,
unless may kailangan gawin na hindi na magawa ng luma mong computer.
yes, so,
Yeah.
ay,
Or you
kaso
want
ngayon,
your work to improve, yung workflow mo sa computer mag-improve. For example, video editor ka, kailangan mo mabilisan may time constraint yung mga video editors na commissioned So, you need the fastest computer that you can get.
grabe na imagine ko na yung video production 10 years ago ibang-iba na sa speed ng computer ngayong mga panahon na to.
Especially na uso yung linear video editing, 'di ba?
Yes.
Dire-diretso na.
Sige, batiin ko muna bago natin pasok yung guest natin, batiin ko muna yung mga nasa ating bumata daw si Tito Trip, sabi ni Mel Dominguez. Hindi lang yun, nagkaroon ng buhok. Hindi pala. Sorry Inisip ko si attorney Mel nagkaroon ng buhok. Itim ang buhok, nawala yung white hair. Good evening, Josa Matet, good evening po. Today is Tuesday. Okay, si Via, si Jerry, si Renato, sabi ni Renato, 57:43, hindi, 57:48. Mali ka Nato. It's 57:48, hindi 57:43. Pauwi niya si Jeff Beck. Sarap ng date sa sa Saudi Arabia, papauwiin mo. Okay. Sige. Okay, at this point dahil wala naman tayong video break, at the same time wala naman si Tito Trips para magbigay ng iba pang balita. Papasok ko na yung ating guest for tonight. So, ngayon po alam naman natin na ang business processing outsourcing segment ng yung market natin is it was and still is the sunshine industry ng Pilipinas. This industry practically save us from the economic crisis especially back in the late 2000s, and still now it's still continuing to be a good revenue source for the Philippines. And ngayon tuloy-tuloy pa rin po ang BPO industry sa Pilipinas, and at the same time meron pong recently opened na BPO center dito sa Philippines, which is called R1. It was recently opened, which recently opened a new patient call center operations in Manila to support patients from its US-based health system clients. So ito po ngayon nakabase po ngayon sila sa Pilipinas, and ang siste po, they're trying to hire new Filipino employees to cater the US market for their BPO. And nandito po ngayong gabi ang guest natin, ang Country General Manager ng R1 RCM Philippines, si Mr. Roger Salazar Jr. Roger, are you with us now?
Yes, I'm here, Jing. Good evening.
Yes.
Good evening.
Good evening, Roger. Tama ba yung introduction ko about your company? Can you
Yeah.
give us some even deeper background kung ano ba talaga itong R1 RCM?
Yeah. So yung R1 RCM is an American company that decided to invest in the Philippines during COVID. They made the decision late last year to invest in the Philippines. So it's good to see continuous interest in the Philippine economy, especially in the BPO sector. As you said, it continues to provide growth and employment to many of the Filipinos in the Philippines, right? It maybe contributes close to 9% of the GDP of the country, and yet it only hires about less than 1.5% of the country's population. So for 1.5%, you're generating 8-9% of the GDP. It's a very good multiplier for the
Laki.
talaga.
Yes.
Yung impact po is really meaningful and very big to the economy of the Philippines. Yung R1 RCM po, they're in the business of what we call revenue cycle management. So what is revenue cycle management? In the healthcare business, when you say healthcare, there are many parts. There are the hospitals, the clinics. There's also the pharmaceuticals, the life sciences, different parts. For us, revenue cycle management is the financial part of the healthcare system, where we process claims, we process claims made by the hospitals or the clinics in the US to process and collect the claims from the payers. Yung mga payers, when you say payers, we're referring to health maintenance organizations or HMOs in the US.
Mga insurance companies for health insurance in the US. Okay.
Yeah, so we really take care of the collections. We also look at appeals, denials, things like that, coding, medical coding. So those are some of the different business processes, Jing, na meron na dito sa Philippines. It's been here for quite some time, I think more than 10 years already. In fact, many companies provide these services. Other healthcare companies, other third-party players, other captives provide these services to the US and other markets across the world. So,
okay.
Yeah.
So just to make it clear, no, ang customer nyo is the US.
Yes, our customer is the US. R1 RCM.
Walang ibang country. Yun ang pinaka-customer nyo.
Yes, because we are a captive. We are a shared service center supporting our parent company in the US.
Okay.
And our parent company in the US has clients mostly in the US. So those are what we serve.
And also, para lang maintindihan ng mga tao, ang hindi patients ang customers yung tumatawag sa inyo. It's the physicians, it's the hospitals, yung ganun ba?
Actually, we do both.
Okay, you do both.
Yeah,
okay.
We do both. Yeah. We talk to the patients. We schedule a simple one. We schedule their appointments with the doctors. We also talk to the providers. The providers we call the doctors. The doctors we call the providers, right? When we process claims, when we look at the different activities that they do, so we actually also help them out there. So we talk to both, Jing. We also talk to the payers, yung mga insurance companies. We also talk to them.
Okay, okay. So, why do you think na R1 established their company here in the Philippines? Because of because of the established BPO market here or segment of the business?
Several reasons po, Jing, why they were looking at the Philippines. First reason is they think, with the Philippines being our contact center capital of the world, really the opportunity is here to grow and build a call center capability. They currently have it in the US, and they're growing and looking at diversifying and putting some here in the Philippines and building it here. So that's the first reason. Second reason, the talent pool in the Philippines. Malakas talaga ang Philippines sa talent, and especially for Filipinos which have very high EQ, right? You know that. In healthcare, when you have to deal with patients under duress, when you have to talk to people, you have to express your compassion to them. The Filipinos are very, very good in that area. And in the field of healthcare, it makes a big difference when you're talking to someone in a difficult position. So yun talaga. It makes a difference in that. And third, of course, the infrastructure. We have many other offices, power, redundant power, telco lines, and everything. And we're trying to see how we can grow and build it here in the Philippines. Because if you look at the different business process outsourcing verticals or mga industries like finance, like FMCG, like travel and tourism, like logistics, healthcare is one of those that's growing continuously, Jing. Continuously on healthcare, especially now in the market like the United States, when you've heard of what they call the Great Resignation, right?
Yes.
So many folks, especially frontline in hospitals and in the primary care, they're going through a lot of challenges in labor force. So the management is looking at many different ways. They're looking at automation, they're looking at offshoring or outsourcing, they're looking at ways and means to really meet the gap. So that's where we come in and provide. The Filipinos here in our country can provide the service kasi pwede na i-outsource IT enabled yung industry natin, so we can do that.
Yeah, you mentioned nga kanina yung parang yung warm, hospitable approach ng ng mga Filipinos. It's an advantage especially to the people in the US. Siguro ngayon lang sila nakaka-encounter na yung ganun yung dating sa kanila from the other end of the phone, kasi usually alam ko yung mga diyan, minsan nakaka-experience na ako diyan, medyo cold. 'Di ba, wala silang pakialam, basta basta deliver lang nila yung
yung content, yung message.
Yung message. Pero wala silang ma-feel na something na emotions, 'di ba?
Yes. In fact, ang sabi nga namin in our industry, we say you should be able, the client or the other person on the other line should be able to hear you smile.
Wow,
they can hear you smile, and they can feel that you really feel for them. You can communicate that on the phone. I mean, okay, may audio, may video, but I think in audio, I think you can communicate your care. You can communicate that your compassion with the person, and lalo na sa atin in the Philippines, that's very strong. That's very strong.
Ang hirap gawin, pero I'm sure na mga Pilipino nagagawa nila.
Yes. And if you try to compare with other countries that are also doing providing call center services, I think that's why very distinctive and Filipino because of that capability. Now, to combine that in healthcare, plus the fact that we have so many healthcare talent in the Philippines, mga nurses natin, pharmacists,
tama.
Medical technologists that not only are in the Philippines, but even they work in other countries, right? They work, ibang bansa, makikita mo, sa England, sa US, anong ganon, Europe, makikita mo, Middle East, Japan, what have you, Australia, makikita mo maraming healthcare workers, that are really there. So, kilala
talaga mga Filipinos for this, Pero matanong ka lang din, syempre, you're new in the Philippines and of course, you're hiring.
Yes.
Ilan na ba yung na-hire natin? Puro Filipinos, no? Hina-hire nyo for this,
Yes,
ano,
yes, yes.
for this market. Pero ilan na at ilan pa kailangan natin para matugunan yung pangangailangan ng Amerika?
We are our target for this year is about 1,000
Mm.
hired. Okay. I think we're gonna exceed the target.
Talaga?
We will exceed the target, and we continue to grow, and we continue to grow. And well, this is for the year. We're already at this time. We're already planning for next year, right? Because it's already September, so we're already planning for the growth for next year. Jing. So talagang it. Well, I can tell you our target this year. It's more than the target this year. Ang pinagplanuhan talaga natin pang long term.
But that's good to hear. Oh.
In the Philippines, and R1 is here to stay. R1 is here to grow and build its presence in the Philippines. R1 believes there's a huge potential to build not only patient call center operation but even clinical talent. Kasi marami tayong nurses, marami tayong medical technologists, marami tayong pharmacists, marami tayong physicians and so forth. It's a huge opportunity sa healthcare sector, Jing, sa Philippines.
So is that an advantage if they have that credentials? Is that an advantage to be hired for your company?
We have roles. We have roles na hindi kailangan healthcare ang background.
Okay.
But we have some roles na very specific to healthcare kasi deep domain. Healthcare kami, healthcare company. So we really have to focus in that area. But we have other work like yung sa patient call center operation. You don't have to be a healthcare graduate to work in our call center operation.
Actually, may question dito about kasi gusto ko rin marinig ito on your side, kung anong take ninyo, Roger. Medyo nagiging issue yung work from home between the PPOs and and yung mga employees. What's your take in this, and how are you going to handle this?
So in our I think recently I think it was last week with the help of the IBPAP or ITB Business Process Association of the Philippines. They've been working closely with the government. So the FIRB has granted the PEZA companies to transition to BOI, where they maintain a 70-30 ratio, 70% on-site, 30% work from home. So they were able to get that. So our thanks to IBPAP, our thanks to the government for allowing us to do this, because we realize more and more some of the work, Jing, in the new normal, you can do it at home, right? So
hindi naman issue sa R1 kasi sa ibang companies, kasi sa mga BPO parang may mga konting issues sila, especially for privacy, mga ganun issues, no?
We have we have the same concerns on data privacy as an example, Jing, no? Because especially healthcare data, that's a matter of security, right?
Yes, so tama, healthcare nga medyo yan,
your personal data. We have technology that will mask the information, so hindi hindi ma-release. And then we have all sorts of, there's a software, and then there's also some applications that we have to really manage the security of the data because of healthcare. Next to maybe just like financial services, industry, the healthcare industry is also highly regulated with regards to data privacy, and may mga protected health information. We call it PHI. Mga compliance kami, not just in the Philippines but also in the US, because siniservice po namin yung clients sa US, so we have also to comply with the rules of protected health information sa US.
Tapos yung regarding din sa employment, your office is just based in Manila, or are you going to expand, or have you expanded na ba since you're trying to get more employees to work for you? Ano bang plano natin? May konti ba tayong plano dyan?
That's a good question, Jing, because we actually in fact 6 months today in March we started training our teams, and 6 months we've been able to build. I'm calling you from our new center here in BGC in Taguig.
Wow.
But because we believe we're gonna fill up this center, like I said, I told you we will most likely exceed our target of 1,000 employees. We are making plans for another site in Metro Manila. We are planning to do that. Wala pa naman at this time, but we're planning to do that. And maybe in another occasion, we can talk to you a little bit about our new site so that you can attract yung mga talent pool natin in those areas.
So mostly right now, lahat sila trabaho ngayon sa BGC aside from the mga work from home employees.
Yes, yes. BGC muna for now to start. That's our first location. Then we'll have a second location next year, definitely.
Anong ngayon, anong headcount right now ng mga nasa
Right now,
BGC?
we have close to maybe about 600 folks already.
Marami-rami na rin pala, and you just started in May.
Yes,
Is that
March.
correct?
Yeah, in March.
May
Yeah.
this year, no? May this year.
March this year. Yeah.
March this
Yeah.
year.
Yeah. Yes, about 6 months. So,
So,
So-
so Roger, how are you because alam ko napakalaki ng BPO market sa Philippines. How are you trying to retain and get the best talents sa
So-
industry?
So I'm sure my colleagues in the industry are also here listening to you, Jing and TechSabado and Manila Times. But it's really a competition for talent. But all together, we work together to try to build a talent pool in the Philippines. Ang nangyayari kasi, Jing, we have a huge talent pool, but we have to develop them further on their skill sets. We have to improve further. There is this opportunity where we see the graduates coming out of college from fresh schools, and then what we need in the market. Oftentimes, many of our companies have had to provide the training to bridge the gap. Whether the gap is in certain skill sets or the gap is in a combination of language and skill sets, we do that. We bridge the gap. So we provide additional training for them, Jing, because when they graduate from college, they learn the industry standard and they have a technology standard that they can adapt and learn from us. But then there is also a company standard that they have to learn. Tatlo po kasi yan, industry standard, a technology standard, what software, what apps you use in your company. And then third, the company standard. The company standard will have to provide kasi that's unique to a company, no?
Oh, yes. So
Work-
every company unique yan. And
Yes.
and all those standard na sinabi mo, these are not yung mga trainings hindi ito tinuturo sa school. Yun ang problema no.
Yes, yes. That's where we see opportunities that we can provide. And we are also trying to work with schools to try to improve the curriculum.
Ayun, oo.
Association, we provide electives and all that to help bridge the gap so that in a way, kahit papaano, we're able to narrow the gap. But it's always there because it will always change. Maybe 10 years ago, the requirement in our industry is very different from the requirement now.
Oo.
Yeah, it's always changing. It's always dynamic. It's always moving. So, pahabol, everyone tries to cope. But it's good because, especially the millennials today, Jing, they're very young. They're eager to learn. They're really eager, hungry.
At
They're hungry to learn.
mabilis matuto, no?
Yes, mabilis. They're digitally, ang tawag nun?
Yes.
Digital natives.
Digital.
Yeah, they're so good at it. Intuitive. They don't need a manual. They go straight. They start doing things and all, and they're very creative in the way they do things. That's why I'm so encouraged with the millennials today and the workforce of today because the opportunity is for them there. It's out there in the open. I wish we had that technology when we were younger, pero wala pa naman at that time. But now they have it and it's all in front of them for the taking. So they can
Yes, I hope they take advantage of it, no? Kasi
Yes.
marami dyan nagreklamo pa pero nandyan na lahat They're being offered na lahat, ang dali na nga. Pero yun na nga you mentioned about all these trainings and everything and I'm sure, nasundan naman natin how the BPO industry grew this past almost more than 20 years na, no? Pero
Yes.
what's actually lacking? Ano ba doon sa mga trainings na papansin mo? Ano ba talagang nahihirapan ng mga Filipinos para makapasok sila agad or yung mga ganon? Ano ba yung mga pagkukulang pa na pwede rin sana address ng government natin?
I think that there's an area and where we need to really invest heavily on and we need to build it. It's in the area of digitalization. In healthcare, they're trying to digitize healthcare. Healthcare is one of the few industries that's a little bit late in the digitalization. Unlike financial services, unlike other industries, they're fairly behind in the digitalization. By digitalization, the interoperability of systems across different healthcare companies will be smoother. Number one. Number two, the interchange of data like electronic medical records, yung tinatawag po nating EMR. If you had your medical record instead of a Manila folder, you have it in electronic that you can transfer from one hospital to another, from one insurance company to the other. It becomes so seamless and becomes so easy and more efficient, right?
Oo nga, no?
Wala pa yung ganun Wala pa yung ganun. And these are some of the things, can you imagine we're trying to to help implement and spouse in the US. How much more in a country like the Philippines, right? Na,
Yes.
it's a little, we're not exactly there, and wala pa tayong platforms to do that, and we need the technology backbone to be able to do that. But these are the opportunities we have. Our BPO industry in healthcare, we're doing this for other countries. It's a capability we can bring to the Philippines, no, na makakatulong sa atin dito. The interoperability, the electronic medical records, it will make things more efficient. The sharing of information, that again, of course, there's data privacy. You have to
Yes.
balance that. No, you have to balance that. It's not as simple. You just do this, you just do that. It's also a balance. But
Napaka-strict pa naman ng Data Privacy Commission natin dito.
of course, very strict, very strict po. That's why
Yeah. Kasi para rin makater yung mga foreign market, kasi that's what they're looking for. Kasi kung wala tayong ganun ka-strict na data privacy laws, they won't do business with us, di ba?
Correct.
That's the point there.
They will not be interested to do business with us. Yeah.
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 So if I'm a BPO job seeker and I see vacancies, why should I aspire to be hired by R1?
Well, R1 does a lot of things. Number one, growth and stability. First, we're an R1 company, we're an American company. It's a captive. When you stay here, you can stay as long as you want and work with us. So there's stability and growth. We're a new company, Jing. We're growing. We're adding more capabilities. We're adding more business processes. So there's a growth, especially if you're in the first wave or the pioneer batch. The opportunities for growth is there for you to grow and build your capability. Second, sinasabi ko nga yung employee development, yung training that we provide, right? We develop the technology standard and the company standard to improve your skills, so you'll be better and you come out of this not only with more skills but more marketable. And all that. So there's the growth that. Fourth, we talk about using technology. We talked about digitalization. We use technology. In RCM, we're one of the leading providers and market leaders of using technology to be able to implement our RCM processes. So there's the marriage we're trying to have between clinical, healthcare, and technology to be able to offer better services to our clients. And then one of the things also I wanted to share, in 2022 po, early part of this year, we were awarded in the US one of the best places to work for LGBTIQA.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we're
that's good to hear.
We're very strong on diversity and inclusion. So in 2022, we were awarded that, our R1 company. So whatever values we have as an R1 company, we put that to all our operations global, including the Philippines. So the LGBTIQA community is something we welcome because we believe in diversity. Pag may diversity kasi, Jing, innovation will come. When you have diversity and you include them in everything in your discussions and everything in participative and all, innovation will come because innovation has no limits. It could come from anywhere. It could come from different ideas. So when it comes, wow, you're just like, oh wow, why didn't I think about that? Oh, why this is very different, but it works. It's simple, it's easy, and all that. That's where diversity and inclusion helps make a big add. And then lastly, of course, it's a fun place to work. We have a very high employee engagement. It's a new place. We have a lot of young people excited to work here, excited to take a look, when get a chance to maybe invite you to see our activities. We just had our sports fest starting last week, so engage ang mga tao. Very nice to do that. We'll have some other activities lined up. We also do what we call a employee survey, satisfaction survey, so we know how they're doing. We know where we're missing out on para ma-improve namin yung kailangan nila. So we do that on a regular basis to find out whether they're happy, whether they're not happy, what we need to change, what we need to continue, and things like that. So we're always trying to fine-tune, to find ways to improve. So we make it a fun place, but we also care for the people. So
wow, what a progressive company you have, Roger.
One of the things, kasi Jing, it's a new company, and for me as the leader here in the Philippines, the corporate values, the values are the most important. You set it up in a way. Everyone we hire are good people. They are performers. They will do their job. They will do it well. So the what which is the objectives in what they do, kaya nila yan. No questions asked. I know they will deliver. It's how they deliver it. It's the values, it's the style, it's the manner. For me, importante yung values because I want to make it a fun place to work. I want to set it up in a place where people are set up for success so they can do their best. Provide them the technology, providing the environment, provide the collaborative nature, yung teamwork na importante. It's important for people to find a place that they can really shine and really grow. So the values, the environment, the culture, for me, that's one of the most important things because we have the privilege to work in a new company that's just starting out and help shape the culture and help shape the values. Di ba? Not many get to do that in their lifetimes. Di ba? Normally when we work for another
Totoo lang, yes.
Di ba, when we work for a new company, sometimes, nandun na, nakaset, we follow, we adapt and all that. But here, you're in a chance to be able to shape it and mold it so that the best for the millennials, it's best for the people that are working here. So, big responsibility, but good opportunity also, di ba? Parang ganon. So, yun yung mga naiisip ko na possible ideas and, to encourage people to try to work for us, Jing. Yun lang mga
Yeah. Wow, you're creating a new culture dyan sa sa R1 and I hope it will spread out sa
It's a balance. We have the values of our leaders in the US, our corporate culture, but at the same time we also have Filipino values like the bayanihan spirit.
Of course, yes.
Yung mga ganon na yung combination na yon iba malakas pwede. Malakas. Compelling.
Nice to hear. That's great to hear. Talagang a progressive company will only produce progressive leaders and progressive employees. Yeah. Yun. So hindi na yung idea na yung pag sabi mong healthcare sa BPO parang inisip nila kailangan ng nurse para mag-transcribe.
yung ngayon yung transcription many years ago maybe that was the time but now automated na yun robot na gumagawa nun
yun nga pala yun before I let you go I want your take naman pagdating dyan sa AI kasi yun din kinakatakot ng mga ibang ibang BPO agents baka daw sila palitan in soon ano natin dyan.
So especially in healthcare I think we can think of what's happening is AI is being used to augment the capability of a person. So AI and robotics are being used to handle the mundane, the easy, how would you say, the monotonous activity.
Very routine, di ba?
The very routine parts being handled by the robots and through automation. And then with AI, they're able to provide the insights, analyzing the data, so that you can have a more meaningful conversation with the patient. When you talk about, this is how your diabetes has developed over the years, you track the trends and you see we need to do this, we need to intervene at this time. We can provide a healthcare plan that will go for so much, X number of months, or we can show options, ganon. Dati kasi when you do a care path for a patient, sometimes it's only one care path, but then sometimes you can have options and it's up to the patient to decide what is the good care path because every patient magkaiba, ibang preferences, ibang ganon. So at least offering options and all that, you can also say the outcome is this one, the outcome is like this, mga ganon. It helps, it allows the patients to be also involved in the decision-making process of the care that he or she receives.
Pero yun nga, going back sa AI, walang compassion, apathetic, di ba?
Pero true, that's why you need the combination
Combination Sabi mo nga, yun yung isang advantage natin mga Filipino, pero yun na yun. So
lalo na sa healthcare because that combination is so helpful because it's not just the numbers or just the whatever the cold part of the treatment, but you have the compassion, you have the care, you have the malasakit there, in the word.
Yes, yun that word, malasakit. Tama.
Those are the pluses, I think. That's why Philippines is a good place.
Yes. So, okay, on that note, thank you very much, Roger Salazar, Country General Manager of R1 RCM. You want to leave a message para sa mga kunyari mga nakikinig natin na gustong magtrabaho sa R1 or you invite them to work with your very progressive sa narinig ko sa iyo, it's a very progressive company.
Yeah. Well, first and foremost, I would like to say thanks to TechSabado and the Manila Times for this opportunity here. Jing, thank you very much for the time to hear us out. We would like to encourage many of you to try to take a look at R1 RCM. We are a new company in the Philippines. We are a healthcare captive BPO company making its way here. We have our first site here in BGC, Taguig. We're putting up a new site soon, but please look at our Facebook sites and our social media sites for the different opportunities. We continue to hire. We are growing. It's a good place to work. More importantly, you come, have a look and see for yourself if this is a good place for you. But it's really, we're trying to make this a good place to grow, a good place for you to grow, for us to grow, a good place for you to build your skills and us to build a company here and build the operation. More importantly, it's a nice place for you to work. Hopefully it will be fun for you while you're learning and while you're growing. So yun yung opportunity for them, Jing. Thank you very much. Maraming salamat po for the opportunity to share. Okay.
Yes, thank you very much, Roger Salazar Jr., Country General Manager of R1 RCM Philippines. Ang R1 po is a recently opened call center operation in Manila that supports patients from its US-based health system clients. Maraming salamat again,
Thank you.
Roger, for gracing our show tonight dito sa Today's Tuesday. Salamat and
Thank
have
you.
a good evening.
Thank you po. Thank you very much. Bye.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, yan, narinig nyo, bagong BPO na they're hiring yan ang ano nyo huwag nyo kalimutan, they're hiring and narinig nyo naman yung explanation ni Roger, yung kumpanya nila, para sa akin, it's one of the most progressive companies na narinig ko when it comes to BPO kasi marami na akong na-experience sa mga BPO, pero wala silang kwentong katulad nung kwento ni Roger about their company. Ayan po. So, thank you R1, and of course, I would like to thank Dominguez Marketing for having R1 be our guest tonight dito sa Today's Tuesday. And naku, wala si Tito Tribs, hindi yata nakapag-log in dahil nag-enjoy yata with his margarita on a poolside sa I think he is in Chiang Mai. Pero pinadala niya ako ng ng photo nung hotel niya, Diyos ko, Thailand yun, wala nang tatalo pagdating po sa leisure when it comes to leisurely hotels sa Thailand. Anyway, yan po ang so from here may mga hindi pa ba tayo nabati rito? Okay. Yes, mga Pilipino mas compassionate, sabi ni Mel Dominguez. Tinatanong ni Jerry Conto, insurance po ba sila? Hindi sila insurance company. They cater for health insurance companies sa US na tumatawag sa kanila. Sila yung nag-a-assist sa kanila para po sa mga healthcare system sa Amerika. So ang ang customer nila are based in the US, mga hospitals, physicians, and sabi nga niya ni Roger, pati rin may mga pasyente nagtatanong regarding their insurance, mga ganon, lang. Hindi po sila telemedicine, hindi po sila mga doktor, pero they will assist yung mga to facilitate yung mga kailangan po ng mga hospital sa US. Ayan po. And they're hiring ipopost natin yung Facebook page nila. Sheila, pakipost na lang yung how to get in touch sa R1 RCM Philippines. I-post lang natin sa ating comment section para po malaman nila kung how to get in touch, and kung may interesado pong magtrabaho sa R1 pwede nilang puntahan doon sa kanilang Facebook page. Okay, Ira, you're still there? Mag-wrap up na tayo.
Hello, yes.
Biyahe pa kami. So, ayan.
So yun, that was a good conversation. Talagang I'm amazed may ganong klaseng company. Very progressive, very inclusive din. So,
inclusive,
swerte yung mga ma-hire nila.
He didn't hide na na yung diversity nung nung company nila, na they're open to
and that's how it should be
to the LGBT community, and that's it. Yun na nga, tama. Talagang walang yun, wala nang keme-keme, basta trabaho kayo, and as long as you deliver, yun ang importante. Wala nang keme-keme kung ka pa. Basta you work hard and be part of the R1 family. Okay, magandang gabi sa inyong lahat. Paalam ka na, boses ng aming konsensya.
Alright, so paalam sa mga nanonood natin. So we have almost 150,000 viewers sa Facebook and YouTube. So thank you guys for tuning in with us. So mga loyal fans namin, syempre, we're gonna have the anniversary soon.
Oo, yung mga regulars natin sa we'll be inviting you to join us to live stream party katulad po ng ginawa natin the last year ba natin ginawa?
Last year. So looking forward ako dun.
Yun, so
yun,
masaya
guys,
na
thank you,
naman
guys.
to. Yan. Kaya ready na kayo yung mga regular dyan. Yan, Jerry Conto, sila Joe and Tikisa. Yan. Last year, hindi kayo nag-join. So, hindi kayo naka-join last year. So, ngayon mag-join kayo.
Yeah.
Yung syempre, mga regular dyan, sila Michael Lance, sila
Jeff
Buckley, yan. Saka si
Seven hosting.
Anton Mon, Seven hosting, naka-join na yan last year. Lahat
Si
tayo,
Michael Lance,
magpa-party tayo sa November pa yun. Anyway, next week po, sa today's Tuesday, Tito Tribs will be hosting with Ma'am Ludi, with Miss Ludi. Dahil po tayo, babiyahe naman ako naman ang babiyahe, baka nasa aeroplano pa ako by that time. It's a 15-hour trip, so sige, next Tuesday. Pero this Saturday, TechSabado, and of course next Saturday po. By that time, next Saturday, nasa San Francisco na ako by that time.
Yeah. Also guys, support our show by sending tips on the link in the comment. So we really appreciate it para ma-continue natin magawa ang independent tech news reporting and podcast ng TechSabado, and today is Tuesday.
Yes. Okay. Paalam na. Paalam ka na ba?
Yeah, I'm good. Good night, guys.
Okay. Sige, okay. Jing Garcia po ng TechSabado.com and of course, the Manila Times. Huwag niyo pong kalimutan, TechSabado sa darating na Saturday, 8 p.m. din po. In behalf of Tito Tribdino ng Malaya Business Insight, paki-like and follow niyo po ang aming mga social media pages, facebook.com/TechSabado at facebook.com/newsbitesph. Nakaangkla po kami sa kasikatan ng TechSabado. Pero on our second year na po ang today is Tuesday. Maraming pong salamat sa inyong lahat. Nasa Twitter din po kami at TechSabado and at newsbitesph. Sa mga nanonood na sa TechSabado YouTube channel and Facebook page, like, subscribe, and share lang po ang ating mga programa. And of course, ang aming website, techsabado.com, saka newsbites.ph. Punta po kayo sa techsabado.com, may mga bago tayong mga exclusive po. Actually, may mga news doon na exclusive po for TechSabado. Tulad po nitong may bago po, share ko lang, meron po tayong exclusive mga survey po, 5 key trends for continued surge in time spent on mobile devices. So may survey po dito kung yung mga trend po, bakit po people are spending more time on their mobile devices. And ito matindi. Itong mental health po, meron to tayong storya na burnout na daw po ang mga empleyado sa Pilipinas, sa Singapore at sa Indonesia dahil po sa kanilang mga trabaho. Ito po, mataas po, ang pinakamataas actually, ang Singapore, na feeling ng mga empleyado nila burnout na sila. Tapos na pumapangalawa po ang Pilipinas. So basahin niyo po, nasa techsabado.com yan. And of course, maraming salamat. Nako, hindi na ako talaga mapipigil. So talagang share ko na lahat to. Maraming salamat. PLDT Smart Group Corporate Communications Team for another year po ng nako. Thank you very much sa inyo sa continued support po ng ating mga online shows tulad po ng TechSabado and Today is Tuesday. Palakpakan natin ako mga kasama. Talagang dapat po tuloy-tuloy lang tayo sa Smart saka sa PLDT. Gabi po. Talagang gabi po yung suporta nila sa ating mga programa. Thank you MSI Philippines and of course Maki and and RCF para po sa ating audio equipment na ginagamit dito sa TechSabado at saka sa Today is Tuesday. The Music Source, mabibili po sa themusicsourceph.com. Locally distributed by Forerunner Technologies Incorporated. Kay naman ako, kay Mario Benitayo naman ako magpapasalamat, yung kaibigan natin dyan sa Forerunner. Okay, do what is morally good and do what is morally right. And as COVID survivors po dito sa TechSabado Today is Tuesday, huwag niyo pong kalimutan Wear a mask, stay home, stay safe, and take that vaccine. And of course, booster kung available na po sa inyong lahat. Naka-second booster na po ako, Pfizer. Sa mga Makati Zen, meron pa po sa circuit, available, libre lang po. Pwede po walk-in, kahit hindi po kayo taga Makati. Medyo may konti lang kayong mga documents na i-fill up, pero walk-in lang po, bakuna. Libre po sa Circuit Makati. Maraming salamat sa inyong lahat. Good evening po sa inyong lahat. Goodbye. And see you this on Saturday.
Today is Tuesday, you know what that means. Today is Tuesday.